Okay, so it's Wednesday, and that means we're catching up with our regional voices in the West. So let's see who we got. Oh hey, Percy. Whew. Hi,
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent now. What's going on out there?
Well, it's that time of the year again, with fall here arriving. A lot of times, especially up north in the great Northwest, we have to get our snow tires on.
Oh, yeah, right. Because Quesnel's like in the middle of British Columbia. So like snow could come literally any time, eh?
Yes, it can, and often does. But here's the thing. Sometimes we have, snow tires are mandatory. By a certain date in October, we're supposed to have our snow tires on.
Oh, wow.
And then at a certain time, again, usually end of March, early April, we're supposed to have them off. Now,
That's kind of arbitrary, though, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's a safety issue. I remember one time I did an overnighter in Prince George, or as we like to call it, PG, rated PG. So, and then we woke up the next morning and we had to drive back to Quesnel, and there was like snow everywhere, and nobody had changed their tires over yet because it wasn't, wasn't mandatory at the time.
Right.
And so on the way back, like what would normally take about 70 minutes, took about 2 hours.
Yikes.
And there was like 7 to 8 cars in the ditch upside down.
Oh my.
Not a pretty sight. It wasn't very good at all. So, I mean, I get it. You need to have snow tires on. But at the same time, when they ask to take them off, sometimes it snows in April.
Yeah.
And so if you have your snow tires off and you go back to putting on your summer tires, you can have that same sort of problem again where you're back to your regular tires and now it's snowing and you're in big trouble. So
yeah, the seasonal stuff, the shoulder weather snow, that can be brutal stuff. It's not like Calgary where it might be a dusting. Like in April snowstorm in Quesnel could be quite serious, couldn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there was a case in the Maritimes a number of years ago where the same thing, they had to have their snow tires on and then they had to get them off, and they had a massive snowstorm in the beginning of April, and everybody had their snow tires off. They were like all over the road and slipping and sliding and going all over the place.
Geez, I wonder how Tuffy was doing, because he's in like St. John's, Newfoundland. That would be awful, because with global warming and climate change and all that, this stuff is getting less predictable. As a person who deals with this, do you have like solutions? On this day in 1812, American troops under the command of Rogue Nation General Stephen Van Rensselaer invaded Canada expecting to be welcomed as liberators, and in the hopes of expanding U.S. control over lands rich in the resources they desired. Sound familiar? They were repelled by Sir Isaac Brock's combination of British and First Nation forces, but it was the beginning of the 32-month conflict known as the War of 1812. It's also No Broad Day. Oh, thank goodness. Train Your Brain Day, Pet Obesity Awareness Day. Hey, I resemble that remark. Take Your Parents to Lunch Day, Dad's treat of course, Emergency Nurses Day, and Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work and or School Day. Ugh, just leave me out of that, okay? And that's today's Duza Bear Digest. See you tomorrow.